the Sixers. The Philadelphia 76ers. We all trusted in the process. It failed miserably.
Yeah.
Sam Tanky. Right? The whole thing. No. You get me? Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, Nerlens Noel, Dario Saric. It all went to pot. Jerry Colangelo's come in straight away. He's changing the culture. He's changing the direction of the overall franchise. They brought in Dario Saric, who's looking good in pre-season still. Looking good. Joel Embiid, after missing 2 seasons, is finally healthy and is looking damn good.
He is looking good. He's looking serious.
He on both ends of the court. The fundamentals, the feet work, away from the basket, back to basket, hitting couple threes, distributing the, he's looking real good. And what's interesting as well, you can get the roster up there.
Yeah, bring them
They've
up.
made a couple of good acquisitions as well. I mean, Gerald Henderson, I've always been someone who's a big fan of Gerald Henderson. There's certain players in this league, right, who you never hear much about them. You never hear people talking about them. You never see too much highlights and whatnot. But they quietly handle their BI. And Gerald Henderson is one of those guys. From he was at Hornets year before last, to when he was at Blazers last year, to now he's at Sixers. Gerald Henderson is one of those solid NBA vets that handles his BI. No one ever talks about him, but he's on his team. Now, who else they got? Jared Bayless, key acquisition. TJ McConnell was still there. Nick Stauskas was there as well. He's serious. They re-signed Elton Brand, which obviously we know why that he's there. He's there as the elder statesman, the locker room presence, whatnot. You know, I understand why teams do that, and you know his history with the club and whatnot. I understand it. I get it. Personally, I'm not sure if I would have bothered to have done that. I may, with the whole new direction, maybe try to get someone who's actually going to contribute, like on the court. But at the same time, I get it. Now, we cannot talk about the Sixers without mentioning Ben Simmons, the golden child.
Yeah, for
do you know
real.
what I mean?
I want the knife.
The golden child, the #1 draft, the guy everyone's been going on about, the young Australian, you know, he's under LeBron's tutelage or whatever.
Yeah, and obviously the whole management situation.
The whole management thing as well. And his position, and he's someone who is just, you know, supposedly like LeBron in the sense of his distribution, making everyone better, his rebounding, his overall game. There's been much talk about how he doesn't have much of a jump shot, but people believe he'll develop that, and I believe that too. I'm not really too down on him for the lack of jump shot based on what he does overall. And, you know, he will develop and improve. At first I was a little skeptical because looking at some of the other guys in the draft, I thought to myself, is he overhyped? And at this stage, I'm not going to say he's not overhyped, but at the same time, it's not that I don't rate him.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
I do rate him. I'm trying not to be a fence sitter.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. That this is the thing with the whole overrated, overhyped thing. Yeah, it doesn't mean, because some people are overrated and are incredible players at the same time. It doesn't, if you say someone's overrated, it doesn't detract from their actual abilities, but it's just the level to which people are sort of exaggerating their abilities. Now it's making it become something else. But I think he's really good. I think he's really good, and also he's nice to watch. Yeah, definitely. I like watching him play, and I hope he's not injured for too long, because I'm looking forward to watching him play. I like his eyes. So I know exactly what you mean, but I think heads are just the hyperbole. You know, don't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? don't believe the hype, but at the same time, he is a very, very good player, and in years to come, he could be everything that people think he now is.
Yes. That's a perfect way to put it, 100%.
You know?
What was the injury again? Oh, it's the metatarsal. No, it's the Jones fracture. It's the Jones fracture, the outer bone on the top of the foot, which KD and a couple of other big men have had. I think, did Brook Lopez have that? But it's a fracture that is known to be quite troublesome because of the lack of blood flow to that part of the body. So it's usually one that you will re-injure a couple of times. And that's why people are kind of concerned about. There's talk of whether or not he misses the whole year. There's talk of whether or not he comes back later on in the year, or when he comes back, or how he comes back, or whatever.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I mean, on one hand, with how the Sixers have been in recent years, some are saying just sit out the year. Don't risk it.
Well,
you're young.
The thing is, with this, not even to cut you, with the Sixers, it's almost like this is the MO. And I know you can't plan these things but it's like, you know, basically, we're going to tank every year. We're going to draft like a number 1, 2, or 3 pick, and then they're going to get injured for a year. Sit down.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I mean, this one, obviously, with Embiid, they kind of drafted him knowing he was broke, and knowing that he was going to sit for a year. Didn't expect it to be 2, but they were happy for it to be 2. With Simmons, it was like, you know, Jerry Colangelo, the tanking era is done, the process thing is finished. We're now trying to win. We've got the number 1 pick. Joel Embiid is back. We've got some horror pieces. Henderson, as we just mentioned, a couple of other pieces. Let's go. And now this has happened. So
that's kind of peak still.
I mean, for me, I don't think they should.
3 months.
I don't think he should sit the whole year. However, because of the nature of what this... If it was any other injury, I'm like, nah, as soon as you're ready to play, come back. But the nature of this injury is one that has a history because of where it is and what it is. It has a history within NBA players of reoccurrence. It's just the nature of what that injury is. Now, do you try to bring him back slowly and very, very cautiously and try to avoid the reoccurrence? Or do you just say, sit out the year, come back next year? I tend to want to lean more towards, let's be overcautious, but let's try and bring him back in. Sit for a good long time, heal up proper, and then even when you're good to do, let's be very, very cautious and try and bring you back in. But let's not just have you just do a Joel Embiid and just literally, you're out for the whole year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I said, because it's the foot, you know? It's not one of these places where it's like, okay, sometimes you don't engage it. There is no sometimes.
Everything you're doing is, you know. And as you know, I've got a foot situation myself at the moment that's had me off the court for many, many months. And I'm just coming back now, testing it out, taking it easy while still rehabbing. But I think, you know what I mean, with Simmons, they could probably, you know, opt for that, have a lengthy break, a very, very long break, but try to, kind of like, was it Paul George after his one, where he came back towards the end of the year and just had a couple of run-outs? Maybe a bit more than that, but along those lines. You know what I mean? Along those lines. But yeah, Sixers, obviously, I think everybody expects them to be better than last year and the previous year. It's a different...
Mind you, it's not hard though, is it?
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a new day with Colangelo and the whole new direction and the pieces they have, and Saric looking good finally coming over, and Embiid. And also, as we kind of mentioned earlier, it's kind of a situation now. You have Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, and Nerlens Noel. Something's got to go down. Something's got to go down because... And now you've got Dario Saric. Something has to go down. So they've got pieces to trade. They've good pieces. Nerlens Noel is a solid defender with a decent and developing offensive game who's still very young. Jahlil Okafor, there was even talk, off-season talk of Chicago. He's from Chicago. There was even off-season talk about that. He's got a very rounded game. He's more of a typical old school center. Do you know what I mean? With a post game, good offense, good defense. He's got a big man game. Like he plays like an older person. His style of his play is like an older person. So he could be useful. You know, there might be someone who could trade a worthwhile pick to the Sixers for him.
For sure.
Same with Nolan. So we'll see what happens there. But I reckon there'll be some kind of mid-season trade involving one or both of those guys. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. At least they got options, anyway.
Yeah, definitely got options. Definitely got options.
There's only